Whew. I literally couldn't wait any longer to answer this question for you. Greetings, Seeker. It is I, your friendly neighborhood rabbi. I'm sorry I'm super gross right now. I just got off the treadmill for about a half-hour jog this morning, and while I was on the treadmill, I was inspired to do something that I've been meaning to do for a long time. I couldn't wait any longer to answer this burning question. This is the question that I get asked most frequently on, hey, what should I do a video about? And like, hey, this is something I want you to make a video about. People say, how do I convert to Judaism? There's actually about 4.5 things you need to do. The first thing you need to do is find a class about Judaism. If you live in Los Angeles, there's this great thing called the Miller Introduction to Judaism program at the American Jewish University. That's intro.aju.edu. If you're not in the Los Angeles area, if you're in a place where there's a synagogue, look up those synagogues, call them, ask them if they have some sort of class, and if they don't, they can probably direct you to somebody who does, and start taking a class. These are usually well-organized things that cover a variety of Jewish topics, everything you need to know to make a conscious decision about whether Judaism is right for you. So that's the number one thing, start taking this class. Number two, you need to find yourself a sponsoring rabbi. This might be a rabbi that teaches the class. This might be a different rabbi that's a part of a synagogue you've been visiting, but you need to have a rabbi who knows you as an individual, who can ask you questions about what you're learning, who can answer questions that you have about what you're learning, and perhaps more than in just like a class setting, this person get to know you one-on-one, where you are in your journey and whether you are ready to take this step. Because you shouldn't take this step if you are not ready or if you decide that it's not right for you. But once you finish this class and you're sponsoring rabbi and you agree that you are ready to take the next step, go on to step number 3. You will be scheduling some time with what's called a Beit Din. Beit Din literally means house of judgment or court. This is a gathering of at least 3 rabbis, and their job is to ask you questions to determine whether you are ready to convert to Judaism, whether you are sincere about this, whether you know enough to know what you're getting into, whether you are ready to pledge your solidarity to the whole of the Jewish people. Their job is not to grill you on trivia about all the holidays and whether you know everything. It's just to know whether you can make an informed decision, whether that decision is sincere, whether you are able to move on from any other religion that you had previously practiced, and whether you are in it with us come what may. Because every once in a while, bad stuff happens to Jewish people because they're Jewish. And it's important to us to know where you stand, God forbid, the next time something like that happens. And your sponsoring rabbi will be with you every step of the way. No sponsoring rabbi that I know would take a candidate for conversion before a Beit Din unless he or she thought they were ready. And once you've satisfied your sponsoring rabbi and the 3 rabbis in the Beit Din, then you go on to step number 4, and that is the mikvah. A mikvah is a gathering of waters that is used on various sacred occasions for spiritual cleansing, one of those being conversion to Judaism. This could be an especially designed vessel like a pool. It's kind of like a hot tub that is big enough for a person to immerse themselves fully in water. This can also be accomplished with a natural body of water, which in my personal experience includes the Pacific Ocean, the Galilee, or the Tennessee River. I haven't been in the Tennessee River for a mikvah, but I've heard about it. Go Vols. But once you have studied, once you've met with a sponsoring rabbi, you have satisfied the standards of the Beit Din and immersed 3 times in this gathering of waters, you are Jewish, and you are just as Jewish if you had been born Jewish. There's no sort of tiered system. And that's how it's done, except for one more step. And I said there were 4.5 steps. And I said there were 4.5 steps because not everybody has to take this extra step, only if you were born with a penis. Nobody's perfect. You have to take one more step, and that happens before the Beit Din and the mikveh happens. If you are not circumcised, you need to be circumcised in a ritual fashion. If you had been circumcised at birth, then we do something called hatafat dam brit. That's in a different video. This is something that all Jewish men do or have done to them when they're 8 days old. And there is no equivalent step here for women. No other kind of surgery involved. So that's it. That's the 4 to 4.5 steps that you have to take to convert to Judaism. If you have any questions about this, please put them in the comments below. You can tweet about this at Rabbi Carrier on Twitter. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about this or any other Jewish topic whatsoever. And if you'd like to continue asking those questions or hearing my answer to them, please mash my face. Click on the picture of my face to make sure you're subscribed to this channel so we can keep learning together. Feel free to check out any other video here, or if you want to jumpstart the process of having a life of greater meaning, joy, human connection, or personal growth, I've got a helpful download for just such an occasion. Until next time, friend, peace.